Dallas, AP, Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic draped their arms over each other in a pseudo-embrace, smiles of exhaustion on the faces of the co-stars of the Dallas Mavericks. The final seconds of a 147-136 overtime victory against Houston on Sunday were still ticking off, with Irving and Doncic having combined for 85 points as part of a 22-point rally for a win that wouldn't have been possible without Dante Exum's buzzer-beating three-pointer at the end of regulation. Irving, who scored a season-high 48 points, may have been depleted, his word during a non-court interview just a couple of minutes later, but he and Doncic hope they're just getting started. The 14th victory in 16 games was another step toward Dallas securing a guaranteed playoff spot among the top 6 in the Western Conference. The Mavs are 2 games clear of 7th with 4 games remaining, and face 19-win Charlotte on Tuesday night. Dallas holds the tiebreaker on the next 3 teams in the standings. What that means is Irving and Doncic are on the verge of their playoff debut together, a year after the trade for Irving led to an unceremonious tanking instead of a trip to the postseason. Life is about redemption, especially in sports, where anybody can say anything and something could happen the next day or the next 2 weeks or the next few months that leads to you succeeding at a very high level, Irving said. Or failing at a high level, he quickly added. Sort of covers the endings of both seasons for superstars with 13 all-star selections between them. Last year, injuries were a problem in the 2 months after Dallas sent 2 important players from the run to the 2022 Western Conference Finals to Brooklyn for Irving. Once the Mavericks realized it would be difficult to get into the West play-in tournament with 2 games remaining, coach Jason Kidd essentially acknowledged the team was tanking to try to salvage a draft pick from the failed trade for Kristaps Porzingis 4 years earlier. Although costly, a $750,000 fine from the NBA, the strategy worked, and Dallas added a building block in center Derek Lively too from Duke. Lively's availability for the playoffs is in question due to a knee injury, but Daniel Gafford's addition at the trade deadline this year gives Dallas a similar dunker and rim protector. P.J. Washington was the other February acquisition, and the roster appears to be a much better fit than after the Irving trade. At least that's what the standings show. The chemistry is big, Doncic said. We are on a roll right now. Injuries were an issue for Irving the first half of this season, but Dallas is 22-7 in the 29 consecutive games he has played since returning from a thumb injury. He also had an extended absence with a bruised heel. Irving is on his longest continuous stretch since 2015-16.